Woo! Hold on. There it is. What? Y'all know what it is. Hats off. With your boy, G-Jones. Oh. See, today, listen. This is the episode of Hats Off with G-Jones. Oh. And we cooking. Peace and blessings. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes. We cooking with grease. Big heat. What? This right here, the woke cipher. That's Ezekiel right there. Hold up. The woke cipher, Young Gibbs. What? 18? Mad? Team? What we doing today? Things? Oh man. Listen. Good rest it. That's it's your boy G-Dash on that thing, Young Gibbs. I'm gonna just let this verse play out. Woo! Cause today's episode gonna feel good. See what I'm saying? I say today's episode gonna feel good. I'm gonna say it one more time. Oh, see what this? Oh man, you gotta get them Tina Turner shoulders on. What? Wake up, walking through the lights. What? Told y'all today. Gonna feel good. Oh man. The long clocks with mics. Hold on. Is for G is for good night. All right, start. How y'all doing today? I hope everybody's feeling good, feeling all right out there. Hey, it's your boy G-Jones. Yes, and you are watching Hats Off. What? Man, listen, this week, oh man, today's episode, I'm going to tell you what we cooking up today. Today is going to be a Soulfully Speaking episode, right? It's a little different, because I feel like having conversations. There's some shows happening, some things coming up. I want to talk to y'all about how music touches your soul, right? Yes, how it gets you, how music hits you in the soft spots, okay? Right? How music make you feel away, right? So I'm gonna have some guests up here. Plus, I got a show September 19th at the Dell Contemporary. Say what? Yes. Me and the DJ called Maul, we gonna be live at the Dell Contemporary. That's a fact. So me and him gonna chop it up. Yes. Me and him, we gonna chop it up. We're going to be talking about pretty much some of the things that make this music thing get you right. Because, see, I'm going to tell y'all, that's right, soul-touching music, right? Because there are certain things that just hit you in your spirit. You're like, why did this song hit me in my spirit like that? It just hit you in your spirit like that, okay? And, yes, like I said, we're going to have a great conversation all about it. We're going to kind of connect about it. Y'all going to feel it. And we're going to kind of break it down because on that show, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use spoken word to take you through some of the songs and some of the vibes that touch your spirit. Like, why does song do it like that? It's because it's like that. Ma, I hope you're on your phone, because you know it won't join from another device. But that's what we're gonna be doing September 19th at the Dell Contemporary. It's only $10. Come on through. There it is. Listen, look at it. Okay, I want y'all to know. Anytime you see a brother with the glasses, the baldy, and the beard, right? That triple threat combo makes amazing music, okay? That triple threat combo is always going to be the vibe, right?
Tell him. Talk about it.
Right? That triple threat combo knows how it's going to feel in public, okay? So that's why he's here. I got some other guests here. I got my man Ty Mathis in the building.
Hey.
What? I'm trying to tell you. I got to tell you what, man? I didn't even know. How you feeling, good brother?
Bro, feeling amazing. How are you?
Listen, I am phenomenal, especially today. I got people coming through. I got Darnell Miller. He probably going to be through here. I got Jay Street going to be through here. I got some people just going to be joining. People just maneuvering through. Who knows? Plus, I know I only got more for like 10, 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. So it don't even matter. We cooking. We cooking. Right? Hey. So I wanted to do a special episode also because there's so many events happening, right? Like I like to highlight. I'm not somebody who says, "Listen, I'm only gonna tell you about what I'm doing." No, well, I'm gonna tell you about what I'm doing. Not when we cooking around here. I say hot plate cooking round. They said this Delaware. They don't know about Delaware. They don't know. They don't know. Listen, when I say they don't know, just so you know what I have on my screen right again. Me and Maul are September 19th at the Dell Contemporary Soulfully Speaking. But Ty Mathis, oh, okay. Well, listen, he got Ty Fest. He got his own festival. He got his own festival, y'all. Okay? He got the kind of festival you got to stay with a lift. He got his own festival, y'all. Okay?
Oh man.
Yeah, crazy.
So yes. By the way, Maul be everywhere. Maul's also gonna be DJing over at Weedstock. Say what?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
Maul's
yeah.
gonna be
That
DJing
weed
over
style, yeah.
at Weedstock. I'm just letting y'all know, right? These are the things that's happening this weekend. Oh, you know what? In case they don't know that Delaware travel, by the way, Ty gonna be out of town. Ty going into Philly this weekend. You see what I'm saying? You know, Bow, he's rocking out. Again, in case they don't know. Okay, I get it, right? What you're watching now is four different black men with all types of just different hairstyles at the same time. Right? I know that you didn't expect to see that, right? But that's because what I didn't tell you was the gentleman right there, the one right there, right there. You got to get to. I don't even know where either way. Okay, Jay Street. Again, I'm not done. I'm telling y'all, he's in celebration of Black Joy, and then he's at the theater in with the Naj and Jay. They doing a live show the next day. I say we cooking, right? This is a moment. This is what I like to call artist talk, because we all get to talk as artists about the things together while we all have different events that cook together. Okay. With that said, okay. I got a couple questions that I'm just curious on how y'all feel about it, right? I'm gonna ask Maul this one first because I don't know how much longer I got him. So I'm gonna ask you this first. You as a DJ, why do you think that music kind of connects to people in their soul? What is it about it that makes people just move different?
It's deeper than lyrics. It's deeper than I want to say it's deeper than the melody, but that's probably what it is. It's the melody. It's like almost down to a molecular level. It touches
Wow.
people's atoms. Like you feel it. You feel it in your soul. You feel it in your body. Like so that's how different genres of music are able to connect so many different types of people. You don't even have to understand what they're saying a lot of times in the songs. If you feel it, you feel it.
That is a fact. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, I'm not the hugest Meg Thee Stallion fan, but she got a song with an Asian that they just be. I don't know what language it is. I just go mid anime, be like, oh, okay, why are we
Man,
doing
somebody
anime
check this
dances? I
boy's
don't know what's
knees. Check
happening.
his knees.
But I think that I think there's a thing there, and I agree with you, right? It does hit your spirit, your soul, just a little bit different.
Mhm.
Hey, I gotta ask you the same thing. Why do you think that music kind of touches the soul different? Why? What is that?
Who you
Mhm.
asking?
You,
Yeah.
Jay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know why, and I'm not going to pretend to why. I do fundamentally think that at some capacity it's a spiritual thing, and I think that humans, for whatever reason, are one of the only organisms, if you will, that create art. And I don't know why, but at the end of the day, there's just certain things that will sort of trigger any human to move. If you give a kick in the snare to basically anybody, they're just gonna start moving. If you start clapping, even kids, if you pull out a basic drum and give them a
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4, they move to it, and it's something that is as fundamentally instinctive to humans as anything. It's just a part of us. I don't know why. I'm not answering your question, but it
But
just is, and I accept it for
Yeah.
that. You know.
I'm gonna tell you what's beautiful about what you said that I never realized, and I should have known it, but I never thought about the fact that humans are the only thing that create art. Like, there's nothing like the universe can be art, nature can be art, we can realize art, but majority of the things that happen within nature are functional.
Yeah.
We can create something that's more soulful, and that's what this is for. This is only to be felt, not for anything else. That is crazy.
Yeah, it's a
Oh man.
great
Okay,
perspective.
Ty, what about you? Why do you think it touches soul?
Okay. So I think that there's two qualities to it. You know, like there's the musician and the artist. Like it comes down to their technical ability, their chops, the lyrics, you know, the melody, all of that stuff. But I think that the big factor and like what really makes a song good and like what really makes you able to feel it is the emotion in it, you know, the emotion that the person felt while they were recording it. And like, it's like what Jay said as well, you know, like we can't really put our finger on what it is because it's in a dimension that's really, it's much higher, it's shapeless and it's formless, you know, so we can't really see it, but it's a divine energy, I believe, that's within us, you know? And when we're able to relinquish a sense of self and just let that energy flow from within or from
Mhm.
flow out into the universe, then we begin to like create art that's timeless, you know? It's like, think of the Beatles, for instance. Like, they came from the British invasion era where there were millions of bands doing the same exact thing as them. But the reason that we still listen to them today is because they had a lot of love in their music, you know? And you feel it. It might bring a tear to your eye, you know? It might make you feel blissful. It might make you feel adventurous. It might inspire you, you know? And I think um, it's when an artist really tries not to make a statement with a song. It's just the song finds them, they wait till that right moment to record it. They let that magic and that bliss flow through them, or even a live performance. You know, I've listened to songs before that, or like live concerts. I'm a Grateful Dead fan, so I listen to Grateful Dead concerts, and like the whole thing can be boring, and then one moment, it's like they just unleashed an energy within them. It's like they let loose, and then you just feel it, and it gives you the goosebumps. You know, but I think a good song can like just have that quality throughout the whole thing. Like if you listen to a Luther Vandross song, it's gonna bring tears to your eyes, you know. Or if you listen to like
Listen,
whatever.
listen. No, no, listen. I think you're absolutely right. It actually now I'm curious. Now I'm and wait, I should answer this question myself. But y'all gave great answers. Like I got molecular levels. I got humans only can do this. I got listen. It breaks down to the effort, the energy they poured into the song. And I got to tell you why I feel this. Listen, I will say this. Okay, I agree. Okay, so but no, I do think that there is. I think that I do agree though, but I think that there's like audio is a frequency, right? Everything is a frequency. I'm not going to go there, but everything is a frequency of of sound. Like everything is a frequency of something. So when it touches you, it's something that they did. It's a relatability. It's a feeling that kind of that hits you, and it's like, wait, oh, this is a light for me, or this isn't a light for me. Like music can change your frequency in upwards, downwards, leftwards, rightwards, whatever you are. It can kind of shape that, right? And okay, so like now and again, we all actually it's funny because we all have shows that speak to how it will speak to our soul, which is the dopest part. Is why I love having us there, right? Because all of us do things and perform in ways of which it's like, wait, how can this kind of connect to somebody in a soulful way? So, and I'm thinking, and I'm starting with you, Mo, but I want everybody to talk about this. But like, what is something that you look for, like when you out there, you performing, and you want to make sure that it's hitting the soul? How do you know? Like, is there a thing that you know when it's like, oh, this is it, this is working?
Me, me personally, if I'm in a party and I'm like looking to see what's hitting for
Yeah, you
everybody,
DJ, and
I'm
whenever you
I'm
DJ in that,
I'm
you putting the song on, you like, oh, this is touching their soul. I didn't even know this was
I'm
touching
looking
their
at the
soul. This is
fingertips.
I
Hmm.
I watch people's
did not expect that.
fingertips.
Tell me more. You got to tell. You got to give me more with that.
Everybody's gonna start tapping their finger or their foot before they start dancing.
Uh,
Everybody when they feel something, they're gonna start reaching for their phone. So I'm watching to see where their hands are going.
Hmm.
Are they gonna record a video or something? So I'm always looking at the fingertips. What are they doing?
His head because
really.
if it's hitting their soul, it's going to start. They're going to start tapping
You
first. They're going to want to out
can't deny
the
it. Yeah,
device. He
they might not
somehow
nod their head. They might want to keep a straight head. They might, but their fingertips is gonna be moving. They're gonna move.
I did not. I never thought that. Jay, what you
Pay
thinking?
attention. Pay attention.
So from my end, cultures matter, and different cultures respond differently. And what I love about black people, at least in America for sure, is like you literally, they're going to yell at you in a good way and maybe even scare you. You know what I'm saying? And that's direct communication. Like I'm here with you. So if and I mean this, I'm being very serious actually.
I
If I'm
know,
in a
but
black church or in a black setting where like, if I don't hear someone yelling something at me out loud, I know that I'm not doing well. And on the flip side, and I really mean this too. And so I performed one time I did a quinceañera for a Mexican family, a giant Mexican party. And they were dead silent most of the time that we were performing. And we were killing. And it made me really, really nervous because I was like, I'm used to a response. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like I'm here to talk and go back and forth. But afterwards, they came up and were like amazing. And the same thing happened to me. I was overseas. The audience was dead quiet. And I think it's just a different approach to absorbing music, because like one culture might be like, I should be quiet and listen to everything you hear to say versus interact, and I'm fine with either way. But like I've literally had concerts where people are just dead silent and I'm like, what is wrong? And then afterwards they're very quiet. I was like, that was wonderful. I'm so glad it was wonderful. And so it really depends on the culture, I gotta be honest. For me.
I second that. That's true. That's
very
very true.
interesting.
Yeah.
This is why I do an artist talk. I never had one of these conversations before, but this is very enlightening. Okay, like I would have never kind of put, and I get it. I do see that there is a cultural difference that can kind of spin it
Mhm.
different in how they start to react. And you are right that the shouting happens now. But Ty, what's your experience? How do you know when it's connected?
So, you know, what Jay said, it really like it has me thinking. So when I perform, like, I try to just focus on being in a really heightened state of awareness, where I'm just allowing the cosmic energy to flow through me. Um, because, every audience is different. Sometimes, like Jay said, sometimes you can be in a place where everyone is just completely still and not even saying anything. And then you get off stage and they just talk your ear off and they tell you how beautiful the experience was. And then sometimes you can have everyone raving in the place and they had a really great experience as well. So I try not, from my perspective as an artist, I try to like let go of like focusing on what the audience is doing. But you can obviously tell when you're in a great mood, when you're putting good energy out, the audience reflects that right back. It's almost like
Mhm.
a mirror, and it happens instantly. As soon as your music takes a really cool direction, or like whenever you just open up, the audience sort of just mirrors that right back. And even if they don't, even if they're really still, it's always good to just sort of um, know that know a majority of the time they're feeling good. They're enjoying what
Right, right.
they're enjoying the experience.
I'm gonna tell you what's interesting about having you all here, right? So, and again, things that pop into my head are so now September 19th, me and Moss, Soulfully Speaking, at the Dell Contemporary at 6. But if I go back, Ty Mathis and me were at MKT Place Gallery, and we did a thing, and we did this right, and
Oh, that was
I say I forget it might have been what was Ty Mathis thinking, or what was somebody thinking. I forget what it was. I wish I remembered, but
uh,
that happened, and then wait for it, but we're not done. Me and Jay, right? When I go to Jay right now, at some point I want to do one with Jay, and he knows this. We've talked about this,
we
but
talked. We talked.
but honestly, the first time I kind of put this thing together, Jay was on the stage. Naja Nicole. It was me and Naja Nicole at Oddly Dope. Delaware Music Network, shouts out to them. And we were doing this thing. And this was the first time I ever did it. Like, it was a thought in my head. And it was like, hey, I'm going to weave in and out of these songs with poetry. Now, for me, as a host and as a poet, it can't feel like you're lost in 18th century poetry, right? It has to feel like, wait, is he ramping me up into a musical moment? And it has to, like, I have to kind of get that soul fulfilling before we get to the song, and then the song gets you land, right? So for me, what I've noticed is, and you are correct. There is a cultural thing. I've done the thing called Negro spirituals before, where I weaved in and out of songs with it. And the second "Somebody Loves Your Baby" comes on by Patti LaBelle, you get a whole row of black folks. Somebody loves you. Like, okay,
That one.
okay, that's what this is. But then in other rooms, especially when it's not necessarily, again, if I'm performing with Todd, like when I perform with Todd, everybody didn't know those songs. Like, we went to Grateful Dead. Everybody did not know those songs. It was very, very different. But what do they do? They're just listening. They're in there. They're moving. You can kind of tell. Sometimes for me, I start to look at the feeling of the crowd. Sometimes it's in their eyes. Sometimes it's in their like, how intently are they with me, right? Because even if they're in a song, they're like, what is this? Right? When you were there at Harvey Road, well, you saw it. There was just moments where even if the crowd didn't know those songs, they were all original records. Right? And it's just
So,
like, what
but
is this?
if you go to the Kimmel Center, right, and you listen to some classical music, like, and this is just a tradition, you know, and I'm very much trained in that vein. But like, if you go to listen to someone play Bach on the piano, you really that music specifically makes you be quiet and listen, and that's not wrong or right. It's just like there's so many interesting things going on that you almost, because of the style and just what's happening, you like focus, like, wow, what is going on? And there might be, and honestly, this is actually one of the fun parts of when you're dealing with like really hardcore classical stuff. When someone is really killing, at a certain point they're quiet, but the end, all of a sudden you'll hear orange go "Rah!" And it's like this big release afterwards because they've been pent up, focusing, listening, and then finally it's over and you're like, and it's a different culture and it's a different music and it all has value. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Absolutely, and it pulls something out of them differently. It speaks to their
Yeah.
spirit differently. I'm here for it. Mo, I know you probably gotta go.
Yeah.
I do have another question for you that I don't want to miss before you get out
Oh,
of here. When was
what's
the
up? Hit
first
me.
time you did the electric slide? By the way, Darnell Miller, I'm about to bring you up in a minute.
First
But
time
when's
I
the
hit the
first time
electric
you did
slide.
it? Yes, I need to know. Do you remember learning the electric slide?
I actually do not remember learning the electric slide, but I just know how to do it. Like it was
That's
almost like
it.
breathing. I don't know.
That's like
I
this is the
learned it
first
in my mom. I
time you
learned it
did a
in the
two step.
womb. That's when I learned it. I learned it in the
I
womb.
love it. Okay, I got you one better. I'm gonna do you one better. Do you remember the first time you saw the percolator?
First time I saw the percolator, I thought somebody needed some help. I didn't know what it was.
I needed some help.
but but once I got hit, I ain't never did it myself. I can't move like that.
Yo, thinking somebody needed some help to me is hilarious. Like, wait, why is there moving like that? Are
Some
you
bugs
okay?
on the floor or something? Like, what's going on over here?
Oh man! All right, before I let you get up out of here, anything you want to say to the people? What you got coming up besides? I know, soulfully speaking, we September 19th. What else you cooking?
Soulfully Speaking, and then we got Westock coming up. Make sure everybody comes out on all weekend. We want you to be there all weekend, but Sunday we got a hip hop day, kind of turn of events for Westock. Was first time they're having hip hop day. I'll be out there from 11 to 3. But we got a lot of acts that are going to be out there. Just come out, enjoy, partake.
Absolutely. And just to highlight, it's hip hop, it's R&B, it's reggae, it's culture in
We
that
got a
in that sense.
little drum and bass too. Yeah, we got
Little drum and bass.
a lot
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
Make sure y'all
All
pop
right,
up.
good brother. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. You know, we're gonna be popping out into the contemporary to look around some things. So I'm gonna see you
I got
tomorrow.
you. Y'all see you right on time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, brothers, y'all be easy.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
All right, good times, good times. All right, Darnell, I'm about to bring you up because listen, I would love to having Darnell Miller part of this conversation is interesting. Oh man, oh wait, let me get. There we go. Now you might get that invite, Darnell. We get you on here now. Also, now listen. There he is. Look at him. Look at him. Listen. Okay. We still got 4 different hairstyles. I didn't know.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
4 different. hairstyle. I wasn't, and by the way, right? Because now we're here, right? Now we ain't leave soul, right? Again, Mr. Soul himself, okay? Mr. Soul of the city himself. Listen, if y'all don't know Darnell Miller, go stream his music. Okay? If y'all don't know Darnell Miller, he's part of the fabric of your favorite gospel singer. Ask me who it was, go look at the interview, okay? He actually plays all different types of genres, right? Listen, so I am the least talented musician on this screen by far. Like, I need you to understand between Ty Mathis, Darnell Miller, and Jay Street play multiple things or sing multiple styles. Like, all of you are all trained in versatility. So I'm sorry, but I'm fanning out. Like, I get to get all of this. This is dope. So, and people don't normally understand when you get people who are of different genres together to kind of talk about what they do. It's like, wow, this is what we can build. With that said, Darnell Miller, I wasn't going to ask the question, go back to it, but I do got to ask you: do you think that there's a thing about why music talks to people's souls?
Can you hear me, first of all?
Absolutely.
I like the fact that there's all these genres here, and they were all men of color. You know, we are not a monolith. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think music is such a fourth dimensional thing.
Yes.
There's many dimensions. Of course, we live mostly in 3D, but then there's something beyond that, which is the fourth dimension. That's the place where we can make things happen. So, and I think we have a great job as like writers and musicians. We literally pull something from nothing, and we pull something from another realm into this realm, and it's like a really dope concept. It's really dope. It's the closest thing to the creator that human beings can experience. You know what I'm saying? It's such a like it's such a dope thing, and it literally, like, I think Jay said something about molecules. It literally can change molecules. It can, people can come in angry, and you play in front of them, or they hear a song and it changes their mood. Or people could be frustrated with something and they hear a song and everything just breaks in them, and they suddenly find an answer. I think it's because we're speaking really the language of the soul and the spirit. Like music is a combination of word we know words have power, right? We know words have power, and spirit. So word and spirit makes life. So we're constantly giving life. We're constantly giving birth to something. It's a it's a magical thing, as Michael Jackson would probably say. It's magical, and yeah, it's I mean, it's really unexplainable. I'm with Jay. Really, like, I'm not going to try to really explain it because it lives in the realm of the unexplainable. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy that I get to do that with you brothers. You know, you know.
But to Darnell's point, like, and it sounds cliche, but it really is magic because you can't explain it, and you can literally change the entire feel of someone's mood. The whole room will change. Like, if you did an experiment and went from genre to genre, it literally changes how you behave. So it is magic in like a real form. Like,
Mm,
really.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've been in bars and we've played, and like people are like literally dropping to their knees.
Oh wow.
And we're like, well, this is a bar. This ain't no church, But it just has that thing, and it's especially when it has the right intentions behind it. That's why
Oh
we
no!
have to.
Tell me more. What do you like? Like, how do
Well,
you
I
feel
think
like the
that
intention behind it changes the song, or
it
how it's connected?
changes the spirit. That's what drives the spirit. That's what drives what That's what drives what it gives birth to when it's heard or released. Like, it's the intention. That's why sometimes we have to like really watch what we listen to. You know,
Yes.
Mm.
and you wonder why most music is so dark now. Like,
Mm.
what's happening when they're creating some of this stuff? You know what I mean?
Now, I'm gonna take it here because you led me to a place, and somebody asked a question about songwriting, and Ty, I'm coming to you first, but I do want to know, when you're creating a song, how do you like? Do you feel the soul in it coming from you, and how does that feel?
Yeah, I actually do. A lot of the times, you can tell when it has that quality to it, when something's special. But you can't search for it. You can't say that, hey, I'm gonna write this right now. I'm gonna write a love song. You have to feel that within you. You have to feel that love, and when you do, you'll know it's special because it'll give you
Mm.
goose. You won't be able to contain yourself, and you'll make a demo of it and just keep listening to it and listen to it. Like that. But as I said, like, you can't consciously say you're gonna do something like that. But I think the beauty of songwriting is to create every day, because when you're locked in, when you're plugged in to the circuit and of the divine energy, the cosmic musical energy, when you're always plugged into that, it could take any life experience that can trigger something really beautiful to happen. But as long as you stay plugged in, you can experience something, and you could write a song that could change someone's life, or it could change your life, really.
Absolutely, absolutely. Jay, what about you? Like, I know between how you perform, and I've seen it, and between how you write and what you create, what's the feeling of the soul expression or the soul connection for you?
Well, it's so there are certainly times. So there certainly are times when it's like, yo, this is it. This is a great song, and But for me, what's even more fun, honestly, is when you put something out there that didn't really vibe with you, that vibes with
Oh,
someone
yeah.
else,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's and that happens. So it's
It
like
does.
that's why you have to always kind of try to be objective and humble about it,
Mm.
because like I know that what I like will resonate with someone, but there is a science to it, take it or leave it. And when you put some of those building blocks together the right way, in a way that makes sense to you, and it's like, you know what, this might not be my exact bag, but you put it out there and you're like, whoa, I had no idea that they would feel it like that. And that happens.
So
So,
true.
there are times when I'm 100% sure,
Mm.
but sometimes you just toss it out there and people grab it, and you just are deeply appreciative of that fact, because
Yeah.
those are the times when you're genuinely a little bit insecure,
Mhm.
and it's like, oh boy, here we go. You're like, oh, they liked it, and you feel great. That's the most fun for me, honestly. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the funniest part about that is, so for me, and I don't know if I've ever said this on screen, but for me, when I do my improv and when I do spoken word, even actually when I'm doing writing, there are times when I know how I feel about what I'm saying, and I know that I'm like, all right, it wasn't like, to me it didn't hit, but I can look up and somebody's in tears, and I'm like, I guess it worked. Okay, like, because it wasn't about me. Sometimes the creation process and what we are creating, we think just because it's coming from us doesn't mean it's for us,
Mm-mm.
right? Just because, like, Jay, you were at the UAE yesterday, and I weaved through three different songs, and if you knew what was going through my head, you would have had to cheer me up. But in my brain, but
Wow.
the audience was like, the feedback I got from them, the after, like, yo, you killed that. That was, oh wow, you needed that. It wasn't about me. Got it, right? Sometimes in creating art and touching souls, it's so not about you. And then there are times when you just know, right? The times when you just know are the times when it's for you, and it comes like directly. But there are times when it's so much bigger, and it's just like, oh wait, how do we tap into somebody else's right universe? Like, how can I'm enriching somebody else's universe, and I gotta be, oh wait, what's happening? And you're watching for that, and that's just, it's a beautiful thing. Now, I'm gonna take it here. Are there things, or are there songs to you, or what songs to you in and Jay, I'm leaning in on you first. I'm gonna come to you first
Okay.
with this one, but this is I love when y'all kind of just talk that make you the songs that make you feel joy. And you know why I'm asking you that question,
Well, you know,
right?
it's funny that you. Okay, I did not expect that question from you though. So this is a little bit random, but the first thing that came to my brain is South African harmony. Like when you hear like the black Mambazo, Blacksmith, Ladysmith, Blacksmith, Mambazo, Darnell. What's the name of them? Like
Yeah,
that.
that's their name, Lady Smith Black Mom. Yeah.
Yeah, like when I hear those harmonies and the way that they sing, it literally brings me joy. Like there is something about that music specifically that just is 100% like raw, unadulterated, unfiltered, just joy. And the same thing for a lot of music from New Orleans. But those two things are the first thing that jump in my brain. Yeah,
Wow. And I feel
yeah,
like they're probably very, very different, but they hit your soul in the same spot.
yeah, yep. So that's it for me.
That's dope. By
Right.
the way, Jay, because he's not going to take the bait the way I want him to, Jay has Celebration of Black Joy next week.
Sorry,
Okay, on
sorry. I
Wednesday.
wasn't trying to
So
not take it. My bad.
I know he never wants to take the debate. I crossed it one time actually.
My bad. My bad.
but 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 it's interesting that, and I actually think that there's a reason that we don't necessarily know, but there's lineage to it of why those sounds speak to your soul, right? That African sound speaking culturally, all taking you all the way back ancestral wise into a thing. And even kind of what we get from that New Orleans, like you might need ancestry.com to figure it out, but there's that seriously, like I think that there's a thing there that does it. But what about you, Darnell? Is there a style of song, or is there a song or something that you can say that brings joy out of it?
Um, I mean, there's so many genres. I on certain days, but like really like house brings me joy.
Mm.
House and like gospel house, it brings me joy. Like, um, but then there's some days where what anything in that realm, like house, gospel house. I listen to a lot of boogie, which is like Leon Silver's early Shalimar, Midnight Star. Like I live in that world. Anything from Minneapolis that's like really super funky and that makes me make crazy faces. Um, and a lot of this is the other side of that. A lot of good hair metal.
Mm,
Like I love
Really?
cool.
as cheesy as it is. I love Poison.
Uh,
I love Motley Crue. I love
Yes.
I love a good Judas Priest song. I love, you know what I'm saying? I love it. Like I've been to see Kiss and all those. I
oh,
love it because it's 80s hokiness, but it's great. Like I think Bret Michaels is amazing. Like
I love it.
Absolutely. I love
you know.
that. I love that. What about you, Ty? What music takes you to the frequency of joy, sir?
man, everything Darnell said was so beautiful. You know, I'm really the same way. Like every genre is able to like give me joy. Like right now, I'm listening to a band called Stereo Lab.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys heard of them. They're so good, and they have this album. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it came out in 1998, and they released all the demos with the album as well. And there's a song on it called "Come and Play in the Milky Night." It's like a 2 minute long song,
Mm.
and it's the most blissful song I've heard in my whole life. It's so pretty, and it just like invokes a blissful feeling within me. And
Mm.
but you know, I also feel like sometimes it's not just the song; it's about what I'm doing when I'm listening to the song. You know, like it makes you wonder: was it the song or was it the way you felt when you listened to it? Sort of like have nostalgia towards it. Like I know there's certain music from
Yeah.
the past that I feel that way, but there's also like some music that you listen to and it's like undeniable. You know, it like bring you so much joy. Like if I listen to the Temptations, like I can't be in a bad mood if I'm listening to them because their
Yeah.
music is so pretty. It's so joyful.
I,
Yes.
I
I,
I
I,
gotta
I,
say. for Darnell, speaking about him in the house music, and this is I think this is part of Darnell's gift, honestly, but also this idea of like translating joy. Like, so I'm not a house head. I'm not like that's not my thing. But he came to the block party last year and spun all of this, all of the house music that he loved, and the entire time that he spun, I was a house head. I was like, whatever he's playing, I'm like, I felt good. I felt joyful. I was bouncing around, and like whatever he picked and was tapped into, it translated and it completely like converted me. And I was like, oh my
Mm.
gosh, this is great. So to his point, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, and
man.
and I'll say this kind of to all of your point. For me, it's weird because there's a different line of things. So there's the things that just innately bring me joy, which I can just listen to, and this kind of like I'm gonna go to Frankie Beverly and Maze or
Oh,
the things that just all
oh.
of a sudden pull something out you, right? And you're like, hey, Michael Jackson, boom, 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 but don't like all of a sudden like what just happened, right? But I can translate from that to pour some sugar on. Why am I smiling at this feeling, right?
That's a
And it be
great
a
song.
thing, right? And I can have the same the same, and it's weird for me because as I get older and as time passes, there are songs that bring me joy because of the feeling I've seen them create, not because of how I like them. And I learned that too, right? And this is probably why I do kind of translate things with spoken word into song because I can see a thing happen, right? And understanding what, like, for me, a Young Jeezy, right, or a Gucci Mane, or a like even in some circles to be in the South and watch some of these things hit, and then all of a sudden to see a light up. I was, wait, what? You see 50,000 white tees, everybody, boom, boom, clap, boom, boom, clap. Like, what is happening here,
Yeah.
right? And it's doing something to them, right? And it happens. And for me, once I see that, it implants it in my chip, and it's like, oh yeah, no, this is a joy. This is it. Look at what it does to people. You see what it does to people? Like, and that just, oh man, it always kind of warms me up to see people being able to enjoy it. It just enjoyed the craft for what it is without it being anything else, right? Now, with that said, I ain't got y'all for too much longer, but I have a couple more questions, and I'm actually curious. And because we're in the flow, I wasn't going to ask it, but now I'm going to go here, and I know you know the answer to this, Jay. So I'm going to ask you, right? What did you have? What was your wedding song?
Mm.
So I played a song of mine called "You
Wait,
Are the
you played
One."
and danced at the same time, or you didn't even
No,
like
so I had a very non-traditional wedding. I
You
got
did.
married I had a surprise wedding at Nomad Bar.
Yep.
yo,
Um,
We
that
were
is so you.
we were there.
so yeah, I surprised. And I had the keyboard in the back, and I played a song of mine called "You Are the One," and proceeded to stuff my face and get trashed. So yeah, yeah.
Wow. So
I
so
love
so it
Jay.
was
I love
so it was written. Was it written for your wedding or just written for your wife?
It was for her, but it was like, oh well, duh. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
Jay.
I can imagine. And what was the feeling different playing at the ceremony versus any time you played it before, or
Oh,
was it
for
always something that just had
sure.
that feeling?
For sure, definitely different. For a lot of different reasons. Even, I mean, just the fact that it was a surprise wedding. You know what I mean? That gave it a whole different dynamic. So yeah, and it was there was a lot going on that day, and for a million different reasons, it definitely had uh, a different sentiment and sort of an increased sense of awareness. Like you better not fuck it up.
Hey,
So yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I'm gonna say this. I think that this is interesting, and because you never hear men talk about that type of love song that deeply. Like that's not a thing for whatever reason. This isn't a conversation that's normally had.
Well,
So
Mhm.
even
it
being in,
used to happen. It used to like something happened. It's supposed to happen. Like
Right.
go to the
Where's the
'60s.
love?
We're supposed to beg and cry and do all the things.
They just
Yeah,
they just
there's
taking it
nothing
now.
wrong with that.
I love it. I love. Listen. Oh, this is hats off for G Dash Jones. We have an artist talk, y'all. This is something different. I've never had this before. I did it once with Maya Bellardo. We had artist talk. We chopped it up. This was a straight through version. Darnell, I'm curious. I not wedding specific, but which song to you speaks to that? Like you were like, you know what? I'll play this at my wedding, or I'll play this for in that love moment where it's that depth. Not the Shannon Sharp moment, but like the. Did it freeze on you? Okay, there you go.
There we go. I don't know. I would say, oh God. So you have it, so I'm joking.
It didn't mean so much to me.
Honestly, this might be kind of corny and this might be low-hanging fruit, but I would be, just call me Michael Evans. I would sing you and I. Here we are. Just
Yes.
yeah.
Mm.
You know. Such
What
a great
about that
song.
song screams at you that much?
It's just the poetry. That in my mind, we can conquer the world in love, you and I. Like Stevie, he just doesn't. He's not getting that love that he should be. I feel he's not getting.
Well, no, Stevie only makes soul music. If you ask me, like everything that Stevie does is about. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes, he's a goat, but he's a goat.
The goat. Him and Prince.
Okay. Yeah. Because what Stevie Wonder does aims at your soul every time. Like that's what he's zeroing in on with the lyrics, with the songs and the sound. So I get it.
Yeah.
But Ty, what about you? When in that ready, what would be the thing?
Like there's so many different songs. I love so much. There's so much music that I listen to that has a really beautiful message that has to do with love. I mean, I would think really there's some really special Smokey Robinson songs. A song called "You Got the Love I Need," and that's off of "A Pocket Full of Miracles," Smokey Robinson and Miracles, and that's like one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard in my life.
Yes.
I love that one. That's a good one.
That is.
Yeah, Ty.
Oh man. Yeah. Listen, this assembly wasn't an accident.
Beautiful.
I didn't bring you three together for no reason.
Great.
Now, with that said, I think for me, the worst thing I did was create questions and not answer them before I had. So like, there's so much music. I love, and this is gonna sound weird, but I just love how Prototype by Andre 3000.
Yes, Lord.
That song feels like love to me. It feels like, all right, so we might as well go ahead and make this forever then. Like it just has a texture to it that's like, we better not end after I play this for you. Like we gonna do this in front of people. Oh, we just gonna go ahead and put some rings and make this forever. Like it's that type of thing, right? And kind of having that feeling that kind of takes you there and really kind of does something different. All right, so cool. I'm gonna do maybe one or two more before I get up out of here. But I gotta ask, what's a song? Now I'm gonna take the other one. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna keep it happy today. What's a song, right? When you get ready to get up and go out, when it's time, like, 'cause I think that's a feeling. I think that's an emotion. When you getting dressed and you're about to do a thing, right? Whether you in the shower and about to go out and do a thing, right? You might be going out with your lady, you might be going out with your friends, but you know you stepping out. There is a feeling, there is a musical feeling to the stepping out look. I don't know why. Okay. But what are some of the songs that you would feel like, you know what? Before I put my shoes, let me listen to this. Let me get myself together mentally.
So for me, international players ball for sure.
Okay, okay.
Like,
I
like
texted girl.
1,000% number one.
I texted a note to the
Like
girl I used to see.
when Andre 3000, like when you talking about the prototype, when he comes in with that, like I'm like I don't even wear collars to pop, but I'm popping my t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Interesting.
I feel like somebody I am not. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first one for sure from my end.
I can see it though because it's a mixture between, let's go back to the lyrics and like the tonality, the frequency of those lyrics, but at the same time that because remember there's no there's no real instrumentation behind him, right? When he's saying those lyrics, it's only the like, and it just feels like hold on, and then when
Cause
it
you're
drop
waiting for the
in,
bill before you hit them streets. You know what I'm saying?
that's deep. That is valid. That is valid. What about you, Darnell?
Ooh. Well, it depends. Like if I'm going out to like something, like I don't really go to clubs and stuff anymore. But it depends on where I'm going. Sometimes I will put on some house because I'm about to be, what I mean. Sometimes I'll put on something like, uh, it depends. Because if I had a little something while I was getting ready, and I pregame before I got out. I'm gonna put on some Morris Day in the time because
Yeah.
something about things
Everybody's a
turn me
pimp,
into
right?
Morris Day. Like if you can ask people back in the day when I would like really drink a lot, I would literally turn into like this Morris Day type person. I would just be like, yeah,
Wow. Like,
because it's like, I know I got to be better than this cat you with tonight. Like I'm that, you know.
yeah, I didn't see that coming at all. This is
Yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah.
Okay, little more staying in time. I dig it. I
Everybody
dig it. What
walk your
about you?
body.
What about you,
Well,
Ty? What's
yeah,
Ty when he getting ready?
you know what? It really comes down to like whatever I'm really like listening to in that moment. I feel like if I'm on my way to a show, like if I'm on the way my way to a performance, um, I listen to a lot of Grateful Dead. You know that's like my it's almost like my anthem in a way. It's I can't get
Mm,
I've been listening to them since like 2017 or something like that, and their
Love it.
music it gets you
Love
going.
it.
You know, it's so happy, so happy.
Yo, but Ty, you have certain characteristics that I know you so well, that I know you personally, that I'm like, how are you not this, but you're that? That is so interesting. Okay, like Grateful Dead, because he's not. Listen. Full disclosure, not to tell this business, he's not a pothead, right?
No, no, no.
I've only known people who are just like, yo, I get ready to. If I'm getting ready, it's going to be to the Grateful Dead. They typically got something rolled up,
I
like.
amen.
I know, right? Funny.
Not
Amen.
at all. Listen, I love it. I love it. I think for me, ooh, should have thought about this. I think it depends on my moment, right? Because I can right now my brain might take me to I can go into some Usher, into
Mm,
some into some to some of the you don't have to call, it's okay. Like I can be into
okay,
a bop
okay.
there.
I
I
can
can
see
get
that.
like that Usher, Bruno Mars frequency, Chris
I can see
Brown
that.
frequency. That okay, we stepping right, but then I might Jay-Z. I just want to love you, be who I am. With all this cash, I'm broke, y'all.
Everybody's a pimp.
Get your
Everybody got to
bag.
be a pimp.
I know. What's that?
And then sometimes you gotta just do it for no reason. Why am I doing this right now? Okay, break
I
it
need to
out.
hang with Ty more because y'all ain't shit. Like,
Amen.
That's valid. That's valid. That's valid. Okay, right.
Amen.
I got one more for y'all. I'm gonna flip it on the other side, right?
Okay.
You not you. And what about the times when you're not necessarily in your best mood, and the song that can bring you peace?
ooh,
Okay.
Like, ooh,
mm.
the song that can bring you peace. What's the song that touches your soul in a way that you settle down? Just settle down. It's okay. It's okay. You'll be fine.
I'm gonna get left field with this one because I don't think Darnell would expect me to be, but I'm gonna say, "Oh, happy day." Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. That gets me right. I just feel like that gets me right. I
Such a
don't know how else to
legendary
say it.
classic song.
Uh,
Wow. Do you know why?
it's
Like,
the
is it, does it, is
feeling.
it,
It's the
Mm-hmm.
feeling, the way it's delivered. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it's calming, but also exciting. It's everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
dig it. I dig it. That is beautiful. What about you, Darnell?
I would say there's a few. One that always, a couple that stick out is "Lost Without You" by BB and CC.
Oh.
I'm a whining fiend. That definitely BB, anything by BB and CC. Um, anything by John P. Key and New Life, like any type of gospel. And this is not a song, but it's just the sound, like listening to Karen Clark Sheard sing, just
It's a
hearing her
frequency.
sing. She
It's a
don't even have.
frequency.
She could sing Barney. I love. It's something about the sound of her voice, and she always sings like it's her last time, and
Mm.
it's just the sound. Like I'll sit up and watch Karen Clark videos like all night just of her singing. It's
Whew.
something about her voice that it makes me feel good. It makes me laugh. It makes everything. It's the joy, you know. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. What about you, Ty?
So if I'm ever feeling down, there's a few songs that I will put on. There's one that I'm thinking of right now that just would always uplift me. Sometimes I would listen to it a lot in the morning. It's called "No Hard Feelings" by the Avett Brothers.
Mm.
High
I know the Abbott brother.
song. It's so pretty. It's a really pretty song, and I think it was produced by Rick Rubin. He was telling a story about how it took, like, they wrote the song like 3 years before they even took it to the studio to record it, because he was just searching for that feeling. He wanted to wait until he had the feeling right, and it's one of those songs, it fills me with a lot of gratitude. It makes you feel like, okay, tomorrow's never promised. It could be your last time seeing someone. Make
Yeah.
the moment the best moment. That, for me, that's that one song that just like grounds me, no matter what, and it brings a tear to my eye.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think for me, it literally, and this may sound weird, but it might depend on why. Like, what's my issue? Depends on kind of what I'm aiming at musically, right? So, like, there's times when there's a song by Black Alicious called "Feel That Way,"
Mm.
and it's
Mm.
just about make you feel that way, make you feel that way. Like,
Mm.
and it's listing a bunch of things that can make you feel happier, like waking up on an early morning on a Saturday. Like, it's just happy things that make you feel that way. And there's that. But if you catch me at another time, it might be Apple Tree by Erykah Badu. One of my favorite, like, because that, if you don't want to get down with me, you don't gotta my apple tree, because it's okay. That song literally makes me feel like, it's okay. Like, don't worry about it, right? So I could go there. The wildest, and this is if I really need to be kind of in a different frequency or a different upbeat mode to kind of put me in that happiness. That I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, like that.
That joint is tough.
And it's like, okay, you know what? Let me be gratitude. As Ty said, it can make me just feel like, you know what? I'm grateful. It's okay. We're good. We're good. Like, a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
times, the songs that do it for me are just songs that make me feel like we're good. It's okay. We're doing this. So, oh man, I love all of the things that we talked about today. This will not be my last time doing this, because it's rare that we get to see musical artists talk about all the things, and with the things that they connect them to music. I have a list of other things. I didn't get dark at all. Right, I ain't talking about pain. Oh, I ain't talking about the breakups. Oh, like, there's a whole nother side that
Mm-hmm.
we ain't even touched yet about what music makes you feel, and that this is just love for me. With that said, things I gotta do what I do, right? So with that said, before I got to get words from y'all so I can do my poem to close up out this moment. This is interesting because I'm going to get words from all of y'all and then do a thing. So while y'all think of the words, I'm going to go ahead and say I want to shout out some of the things that are happening, or I want to let y'all know. I want y'all to shout out. So again, Soulfully Speaking, me and Maul, September 19th. That's next Thursday. September 19th. I'm gonna tell you what you do, right? Because he ain't gonna say it, so I'm gonna say it this way. Okay, September 19th. You're gonna come see me, right? After you come see me, doors open at 6, right? Bow. Doors open at 6. Show will be over around 7:30. That's fine, right? Bow. Slide over there to end. Okay.
Oh, theater, right?
Lino back there, and it'll just be getting started. I promise you, they just gonna start the movie. Right, you gonna see Jay and Naj. Okay, he was gonna leave it out. I don't know, maybe he wasn't, but I know I'll be having to shout his out. So, okay. So you back to back moment. That's what you do. You try to figure out what you're going through on your Thursday night. Boom, bink, bunk. Okay, that's what you can do next Thursday. Bow. Again, I'm Soulfully Speaking. Also, there's some other stuff I got. I'm at the UAE. I'll host a pre-show. Right again. Oh, we're back to back again. We're back to back that day. So on Wednesday, it's me and whoever. I show up with different musical people. So I don't even know who's going to be my musical person next week, but it'll be a thing. And yeah, so and then after that, it's Celebration of Black Joy, and that's a whole world. I don't even know what songs they do. I can't wait to see what songs y'all picked for that. I'm very curious because I feel like it's nothing that we mentioned. And that's the other thing about this. It's nothing that we mentioned.
One of them you did mention actually. So
Okay.
yeah. hmm
Hey,
That puts me over the edge of my seat. Now I'm extra curious. Like, what did
Yeah.
I say? So we'll go there. Also, is there anything else, Jay, you want to mention that you got going on that you want to talk about that you're cooking up?
No, just Wednesday. You got to come out to the UAE to see, the celebration of Black Joy. And I have to always give credit, Darnell. Tahira is the person who put that whole concept in all of our heads. Okay, let's be
yeah,
very clear about that. She's listed as the executive producer, and she put that concept in all of our ears, and we grew it into what it is. But the bottom line is that you're going to come out and you're going to hear music that we all know and love that gives you a certain sense. But and I got to say this too, since I'm talking about it, like Kim Graham is the star of the show.
yeah,
And what she does is bring her poetry into it, and she is the thread that ties it all together. Like they're all great songs, and Naj and I sing them as well as we can, and we bring it. But Kim Graham, she makes the show what it is because she brings it from a certain place that most people can. When you talk about soul and bringing it from church, like she brings it from Africa,
yeah,
she brings it from church,
yeah.
and she's preaching and she's doing poetry, and it's a sight to behold. So
Amazing.
I gotta shout out, Tahira and Kim because that's what it's about. But yeah, and then Thursday, I'll be at Theater Inn, with Gerald, with Gerald Chavis and Knives. Like I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm running with the big dogs. Like wow, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do a set. Naj will do a set, and then we'll do a joint set, and that's gonna be a great show. Again, that's gonna be another one where I'm not doing any of my original stuff. So it'll be a bunch of covers, and we're gonna have fun with it. Yeah.
I
Nice.
love it. I love it. All right. All right. Oh, man. Now, Darnell, what you cooking up? You cooking up a thing for the
Yeah,
things.
yeah. We have a couple things going on. This Saturday will be our seventh annual Soul of the City Festival. Excited, we're calling this the transitional festival because we're in transition, but we're ready for a good time. Naj and Jay are supposed to be there, you
We'll be
know.
there.
And we have a pretty cool lineup. Ezekiel, who designed our logo and did like our graphics, he's the headliner. Um, uh, insane group, an insane group of a cappella vocalists from Philadelphia called Accord. Of course, Lamont from BKS's side project. I want to say Diad or Dyad. They're going to be
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Soul Synthesis Band, Uriah Love. It's going to be great. And I'm hosting with an amazing co-host by the name of G Dash Jones. And so we're just gonna have fun. You know, we've done this every year. This was the brainchild of myself, Tabita Ayers, and Tizzy Lockman. You know, so now Tizzy has kind of moved on. It's just me and Tabita, and we've been really holding up that flame, carrying that torch. And this year we partnered with the Grand Opera House, so we're covering 2 blocks. DJ Tim Dog will be there. It's going to be like a whole line dancing thing. So all y'all line dancers, come on. We're going to be doing some free classes outside, an Afro fusion dance class. We're going to be doing that outside, plus some alum. It's going to be vendors, food. Vern's Fish Fry going to be there. You know, someone asked, is he going to be there? So that's coming up on the 14th. On October the 12th, I'm going to be DJing at Icons. We're calling it Boogie Wonderland. So I need you to come in your best disco drip, and we giving out prizes for the best disco drip in the house. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been wanting to DJ more, so I'm just taking it upon myself and just doing it. This is the year of doing it. Just do it. And October 25th, this isn't October, but I'll have to come back and talk about this. But Live at the Loft, which was my house concert series, I'm bringing it back. So the first one in like maybe 2 years, October 25th, Live at the Loft. It's going to be great. You know, it's a listening room. Artists come, perform their songs, talk about their songs. You know, we have a good time. You know what I mean? You never know who's going to show up. Maybe Jay one day might show up, you know, for real. So yeah, you know, this is a year of just doing stuff, like, but doing stuff with a purpose. You know what I mean? Other than that, you know, little acoustic tour, Mid Atlantic area. You know, we got the Souladaires. We do have like an EP coming out. We've been trying to work on it in between everyone's gigs, which is a good thing. They're all working. Like Nikki just got a city winery network gig, so she's doing all the city wineries. So things are like good, but we're trying to do stuff, but people are busy. You know what I mean? And I don't like sitting for too long. Now that I feel creative again, you know what I mean?
I'm glad.
I don't
Listen,
sit
you
too
know,
long.
listen, Darnell, how long? I've been for at least the last year. I've been like, yo, what you doing? So I
Well, you
love
know,
this.
Jay and Ty, you know, when you ain't got nothing to say, you ain't got nothing to say. But I realized that I had already said those things before the time in songs that I had written before, which is really, you know what I mean? So now it's like, oh, these songs need to come out because I said I was saying what was going to happen, but I didn't realize that I was just writing some songs. So you know, so that's you know, I got a couple bullets in the chamber, and you know, I'm looking to produce and collaborate. So y'all get at me. All right, amen. Praise
I can't listen. That J Street, Ty Mathis, and Darnell Miller collaboration. I just want to talk in the beginning. I'm just gonna open it up like I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I'm like I just it's that vibe, man. That's gonna hit. All right. What about you, Ty? What you cooking up?
Okay, so I got some really exciting stuff coming up. This Next Friday, I'm going to be playing at the Kennett
yeah.
Flats, very first time. I'm really grateful for that. That show starts at 8 p.m. You can find the tickets to that on my website, timemathis.org. I'm also going to be performing at the Philadelphia Union Yards
Woo.
on next Sunday. That is the 22nd, and that is an afternoon show. That one's going to be from 3 to 4:30. It's a free show. You don't need a ticket to the game to attend, but it's going to be really beautiful. I highly recommend you guys come out if you're in the area. And the big thing I really want to talk about is Thai Fest. It's
Yay.
coming up on October 19th. This is an all-age music and art fest. It's open to absolutely everyone. And this is the kind of festival where you're not just a spectator, but you actually become part of the show.
Mm.
There's an open jam, which you don't even have to be a musician to come up. We've had lots of people at our last Thai Fest at Theater End. They came up. It was their very first time. And at that moment, they realized that they were actually a musician. You know, they just never had that opportunity to jam with other people. So we have that. It actually opens up with a meditation and affirmations.
Mm.
That's like 45 minutes long. We have Simply Sound Vibrations. Her name is Liana Thompson, and she will be using singing bowls that she operates, and she plays them. They're all tuned to 432 hertz, which is
Woo!
playing frequency. We have a lady that'll be reading affirmations, which are really uplifting. And like this is the type of thing. Like it doesn't matter if you're meditating every day or if you've never meditated before. Like you come there and we give you the little blindfolds for your eyes. You meditate, you feel it, and like there were people that were moved. They were brought to tears of joy at the last Thai Fest when they had that meditation. So it's going to be a first for a lot of people, and that's a beautiful thing. There's going to be live paintings. There's going to be live group paintings. You know, this is a very immersive festival, and we invite everyone to come out. The ticket links will be for sale very soon, and we have some of the area's greatest artists. We have Shug Daniels performing, which I'm really excited about. We have The Last Word. We have some live paintings. I want to give a huge shout out to Mike Silva for doing our artwork. He's one of my favorite local artists. Joe Redbird's going to be there doing some art stuff, which is going to be really amazing. And we have G Dash as our host,
Hey.
which is going to be really incredible. He was our host for the last Thai Fest, and he absolutely killed it. He really curated such a beautiful vibe, and you know, this one's going to be even bigger.
Yeah, yeah, that's dope. This is some fire stuff, y'all. What? This is what we're doing. Like, listen, this is what we're doing. I'm not gonna do what I normally do. I'm gonna let y'all give me words. I am gonna run it down because I like you all, right? I do. So what I'm gonna do is in the comment section when I post this, I'm going to, of course, I'm gonna tag your name and then I'm gonna list some of these events right below you. So please, at some point, put up like a post so they can see it because they'll tap on your name and go to your page, and I want them to see the flyers for some of these things. Because shouts out to my man DJ Maul. I don't want to miss what he said because you know, Maul the DJ, of course, Weed Stock Sunday. We stock is Friday through Sunday, so shouts out to them. They rocking, and then Sunday you got Harvey Road, D Harv kind of, and Jay Vix. They kind of put together this Sunday full of hip hop, R&B, reggae, like a whole thing. So I hope that my people come out and support that because it's the first time that they had something like that. So shouts out for to them for that. Also, of course, I gotta say, Soulfully Speaking, I'm at the Dell Contemporary, right, cooking up that. So you'll see me September 19th live there. I'm at, of course, Celebration of Black Joy there. There's a whole post with a couple of my events because I just be trying to feed myself and live. So there's that. Okay. Then I'm just gonna run a quick version down. Celebration of Black Joy, J Street. Check it out. Pink. Also, and that's him. That's Naj. That's Jonathan Whitney. That's Kim Graham. I'm forgetting another person's name. He can remind me later. But either way, that's a squad up there. Then Gerald Chavis, J Street, and Naj Nicole, September 19th at the Theater Inn. Bow. Hold up. I'm going back in time because Saturday, Soul of the City. What? Ezekiel. What? Diane. What? Soul Synthesis. What? Orion Love coming outside. Yes, right? Survive. Right? Bow. Tim Dog on the set. Yeah. And listen, I'm next to Darnell with a mic. I don't even know what this is. Listen, we outside. So like who's letting us do this? All right. Also, right. Oh, October 12th. Darnell Miller got the Boogie Wonderland. What? Listen, I just want you to know I'm doing a quick recap. October 12th, Boogie Wonderland, y'all. At Icons. That's a fact. Go get it on. Get your dance on. Then live at the Loft on October 25th. That's a fact. You're gonna hear some live singing, and that ain't got nothing to do with the acoustic tour with the Souladaires, yes, because he ain't playing out there. Ty Masters at Kenneth Flash. Say what? Yes, and Philly Union Yards. Say what? That's in the next couple days. Not to mention Thai Fest, Simply Soul Vibrations, Suge Daniels, live group painting, all the things. The last word at Thai Fest, and I might as well have a mic and introduce people too. By the way, that jam session at Thai Fest is different. Listen, when I saw Randy, for those of you who know who Randy is, if y'all don't know who Randy is, he plays in like 16, 17, 75 bands. But he is a bass man who's been rocking since the 80s. And he just came out with his bass to get in the jam session and was like, yo, he just got caught watching and rock. It was like, I was like he was like, yo, this is so dope. I was like, wow, I jumped in and out with spoken word. It's amazing. Also, things outside of us, because I gotta tell people about stuff. So there's also, of course, there's Soca Art Market, right? Shout out to Nataki. That's coming up at the end of the month, right? Yes. When we get closer next week on my show, I'll do an update calendar and I'll mention it again. But for now, I want y'all to remember that Soca Art Night Market is gonna be rocking. Because outside, support the local vendors, and it's gonna be DJ Herm Potter keeping y'all moving. Araya Love is at Visual Melodies at Night. What? At the MKT place. That's a fact. She outside with the Vogue. I'm not gonna do it again, but she got vocals, y'all. Also, this is crazy. If y'all ain't got y'all tickets yet, then y'all just wasn't invited. Shouts out to Dinner and Blanc, okay? Because Saturday is a busy day. That was like, wait, Saturday is Dinner and Blanc, Soul of the City, Weed Stock. Listen, it's a lot of things cooking. Yeah. Never tell me ain't nothing happen in Delaware. Okay, gonna be mad at you if you ever think
that part.
If you ever think. Like I get bothered by that statement. It like makes me like itch. Like, what do you mean? Or you just so all right. With that said, and I didn't even mention shouts out to Anne Latrice. She got a whole Monica and Johnny Gill tribute happening. Like that's happening too. Like this is these things we are cooking. And again, I gotta say, me, Soulfully Speaking, September 19th. Now, y'all have had ample time to come up with words. Oh. I did that on purpose so that y'all could do this thing. So what words do you have for me?
I'll keep it simple. Music.
Okay. It.
I hate you.
I'm gonna say bliss.
Music, it, bliss. Thank you, Darnell. That is hilarious. So just so people understand, for what I do, it is a word that's so broad that it's like it doesn't like my brain is mentally malfunctioning right now because I have to use it and it's like, wait, what? And I just have to let go and tap in. Oh, fun fact, I got to shout out to Tish Williams, by the way. I was at the UAE, and what she told me was sometimes sometimes y'all know this about the art and the craft. It's about tapping in. There's a difference. At times you tap into what the audience feels, and then sometimes you tap into what you feel. And when it's the best moment is when you tap into what you all feel at the same time. That's the whole thing. All right. So music, it, bliss. Okay. I'm thinking. Well, music, it's bliss. In other words, what that means is it can feel as subtle and as soft as a mother's love with a grandmother's kiss. See, this is that moment that makes you feel on the inside when tears drop singularly, one at a time, off of each eye to the point in which you feel it bouncing off the lips. See, this is when music, it's bliss. In other words, it takes you to a place of peace that sometimes you don't realize, but when the noise is too loud and life is moving too fast, like how did everything that distracted me seem to cease? This became my beautiful release in a way of which I didn't understand why my frequencies are so high, but I didn't even know that there was a level that hit this point that it could increase. Sheesh. Music, it's blissfully speaking to me in a way of which most people cannot see, but obviously if you look through the eyes of me, you will stare into the soul in a way of which I can't control those things that you aren't supposed to know, but musically it's speaking to me. It is coming through as it bounces around rhythmically, and it fills up the room in a way of which you can inhale the melody and exhale all of those things that come out as the harmony. Yes, this is why me and music were meant to be, because music is bliss. And what I mean is, sometimes I can be at my angriest where I'm ready to beat my chest and pump my fist, but I promise you I'm still feeling this in a way of which most can say this is uncomparable, because I can express all of my pain in a way that will oh, there it goes again. That's flashbacks to Prince singing Purple Rain as it rains, because music does things like change the frequency and makes the clouds converge again. See, that's why there was a rain dance. See, this is why some would say, how can I sing a lyric to a song in a language that I don't understand, but it still reaches me in a way of which now I feel like my emotions are coming out as if my heart was beating out of my chest and screaming this feeling. It's on demand. See, music, it's bliss. In other words, it comes from the heart, and it doesn't allow you to just end where you start. It won't always stop you without progress. Sometimes it will not leave you feeling like you're less. Most of the time, it will make you receive all those things that allow you to feel satisfied, fulfilled, and blessed. These are the moments that make you look into the sky and scream like, yes, yes, this is it. This is it. This is it, because music is bliss. Boom.
That was
Yeah,
beautiful, my friend.
man.
That was absolutely
Yeah,
spectacular.
man.
Yeah, I
Wow.
was just regurgitating energy. Okay,
I
y'all
love
did this
it.
thing. This is a thing here. This was the thing here, and I
Amen.
was blessed to be a part of this
Same
moment.
here.
So thank you all for joining this. This is shouts out to DJ to a DJ called Maul. Darnell, you pointed something out that I did not. I knew what I didn't know. Like, I knew the eclecticness of this conversation.
Mm.
I didn't think of it as initially. I didn't think of it as we are all black men who are so diverse in style, but it does a thing together. And I didn't add that element in. It was just like I just
Yeah.
who I reached out to and who we caught. Like, there's a couple of people who I was hoping as well, so it just would fit. But this was perfect, right? And this musical conversation, if you missed any of it, this might be one of the fastest ones I post, just because we all have events coming up ASAP, and we talk about music in a different way. So I appreciate all of you for kind of bearing yourself to me in a little bit, like kind of opening up to the audience with music and how this works for you. And this is Soulfully Speaking. This is Artist Talk. I'm G Dash Jones. Thank you all for joining. Anything y'all want to say before we get out of here?
Peace and love. Peace and love. Thanks for having me. That was a beautiful, beautiful station.
All right. Y'all got anything down there? Or
Yeah.
y'all both just stuck on the side like anything you want to say?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Yeah. Just
Fair enough.
this is
All right.
great. This is great.
Well, thanks again. G Dash Jones, hats off. I'll see y'all next Thursday. I'll holla. Woo!
Peace. Peace.